So everybody likes an English muffin. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make some. So there's no preservatives or anything in this, so you know exactly what's in them. So what we've got in our bowl is we have got 640 grams of plain flour, 3 teaspoons of caster sugar, 7 grams of active dried yeast, 1 teaspoon of bicarb of soda. So we're just going to put this on low. And then what we've got here in the jug is we've got 425ml of whole milk and 45 grams of unsalted butter that we've melted. So we're just going to go in with that. You don't want this too hot because it will kill the yeast. So you just want to heat it enough just so that the butter has melted. So we're just going to get that nicely combined. Just for about a minute or so. It's looking good. Turn it up a little bit just so it all gets nicely mixed in. And then we're going to go in with 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of salt. So all we do now is we're going to mix this until we get a nice smooth elastic dough. And then once the dough has formed, we're just going to pop it into another bowl that we've just put a little bit of oil in, just so it doesn't totally stick. And then we're going to cover that in some cling film. Just have a look at that. Yeah, that's starting to come together nicely. So we're going to cover it in some cling film, and then we're going to prove it for 30 minutes in a warm place. And as much as it's cold today, it's a beautiful sunny day, so I'm just going to pop it on the windowsill for about 30 minutes. So as you can see, this is now a nice elasticy dough, so that's perfect. So all we're going to do now is pop it into our oiled bowl and leave it for 30 minutes to rest and prove. So this has now been on the windowsill for 30 minutes. So it's all beautifully puffed up. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to tip it onto a floured surface and just knock some of the air out of it. Like so. So all we're going to do now is we're going to roll it out to about a 2 centimetre thickness, and we're going to use a 3-inch cutter, cut them out, and we're going to pop them on a baking tray that I've lined with baking paper and just a sprinkling of semolina on it as well. Right, so the muffins have had their second prove on the windowsill, and now they're looking all lovely and puffy. So all we do now, we've just got a non-stick frying pan, just heated up on medium, and then we carefully just pop the muffins in. You don't want to try not to knock the air out of them. They shouldn't stick because of the semolina that was on the bottom of your tray. And all we now do is we just gently cook those for about 3 minutes, just until they get a crust on the bottom, and then we flip them over, and again 3 minutes to maybe 2 minutes on the top side, just again until they get a crust on them. Then we're going to pop them back on the tray, and they go into an oven on 170 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes until cooked through.